I recently unboxed the OnePlus 9 Pro and I highlighted everything that it improved upon over the previous OnePlus 8 Pro. So if you haven't seen that video, I strongly suggest you do. But if you're looking for a cheaper OnePlus alternative, you might be curious about the standard OnePlus 9. So it's essentially what the iPhone 12 is to the iPhone 12 Pro. There are some quote-unquote features omitted in this model to get the price down, but chances are you probably won't even notice the cut corners or the cut features. You might actually even like the OnePlus 9 more. For example, it has a smaller 6.55-inch AMOLED display that might be preferred if you value one-handed usability like myself. Instead of a glass and a metal build construction, OnePlus did go with a cheaper plastic frame and a glass body, but chances are you probably won't even notice the difference of materials, especially if you throw it in a case, which most people probably will do. The display itself also has a lower FHD Plus resolution, but you still get a retina-pleasing 402 pixel per inch index, and it still offers 120 Hz, which is twice as fast as what the iPhone 12 offers. It's a beautiful display upon first impressions, and there are no curved edges whatsoever, which is another thing that a lot of people don't like in the flagship OnePlus 9 Pro model, because it can result in some accidental touches. So you might actually like this display even more than the OnePlus 9 Pro. One of the biggest features OnePlus keeps touting is its partnership with Hasselblad, which helped fine-tune the UI of the camera app, the color science of the images, and other small details. And thankfully, you don't have to feel like you're missing out on that if you do go with the OnePlus 9, because you still have a 48 megapixel main sensor, 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and 2 megapixel monochrome sensor, all of which are fine-tuned by Hasselblad. Now, you don't get an 8 megapixel telephoto sensor. If that's a deal breaker, obviously you're going to want to opt in for the Pro model, but I don't think that it's going to be an issue for most people. I know personally, I never really use the telephoto sensor. Interestingly, the OnePlus 9 Pro features a certified IP68 water and dust resistance rating, whereas the standard OnePlus 9 does not, although it actually kind of does. If you order one via T-Mobile, it does actually have a certified IP68 rating. And since OnePlus says every model goes through the same testing, it basically means that they didn't pay the money to get the other models certified, but they will still very likely survive some water exposure. So definitely good to know. Another slight difference is both models support 65-watt fast wired charging and both support wireless charging. The only slight difference is the 9 only supports up to 15-watt wireless charging, while the 9 Pro, it supports a blazing fast 50-watt wireless charging, which is impressive, not gonna lie, but probably not needed for most people. And it is worth mentioning that both battery capacities come in at 4,500 milliamp hours. So those are really the main differences between the OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9 Pro. Not too bad, right? The OnePlus 9 still has an in-display fingerprint scanner. It still has the same flagship high-end Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chipset with a base configuration of 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage, the same as the Pro model. And these differences will save you about $250 since the OnePlus 9 starts at $729 while the OnePlus 9 Pro starts at $969. So if you're looking for a damn good OnePlus phone and you don't need all the bells and whistles of the Pro model and could save a few $100 or so, well, I think you might want to check out the OnePlus 9. And you actually might even want to check out last year's OnePlus 8 Pro because, of course, it's gotten discounted as well. With that said, curious to hear your thoughts as always. I'm BoHD from Slash.tv. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you right back here in the next one. See ya.